Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hey, welcome into Flying with Mike. Sitting on the ground here in Knoxville, otherwise to some in the trucking world called K-Town. Many of you in the other worlds as well. But we're just here in the foreground to the Smoky Mountains. Those of you in the United States may know that. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. So, a big tourist destination here, especially as we move into the fall. A lot of people go out there in summer. Don't get me wrong. Beautiful country out there, folks. Beautiful. Just a lot of people because it's summertime and everyone's off. But as we push into fall, boy, do they ramp up the activities as well as, those Christmas knickknacks and all. Yeah, I know. I use that word Christmas 6 months away. Actually, 5 months away now. So, hate to break it to you, folks. It's right around the corner. All right, and today we're flying, and I have not been there, folks, on that side of the tree line since May. And that is we're going to Mid America Airport. We're in the Make a Wish because I'm making a wish. They're actually doing pretty good. And we're going to see how now, we've been flying the Flight Factor 350 for the last couple of streams. I am not a huge fan of it yet, and that's probably because I don't know enough about it yet. I'm still too green and too, just not there yet. But I am familiar with this plane. We didn't fly it a lot, well, because Flight Factor just kind of threw it in a trash can, if you will, while they put all of their tunnel vision into one product and let everything else slide. And that might even include the 350, so I ain't holding that back on them. But this plane, you couldn't even move. And well, they're like, roll back to the other one in the flight sim. I'm like, yeah, no, not happening, folks. Sorry, that's the worst kind of customer service I've ever heard. And so the plane sat and did nothing. Tolus, on the other hand, fantastic company, folks. Ever had a question? Bam, there was an answer. So, kind of why I'm probably not going to buy that thing they put all their tunnel vision into. So, but anyway, we are going to blast off here and see what all we can do. Now, if you're tuning in, we have had a crap load of connection issues, none of which has been figured out. Hey Matt, how you doing? But having some troubles trying to log on to, oh yeah. I know those woes, sir. Did we drop offline again? Holy mackerel. My I'm showing offline. What the heck? Hang on a second, folks. No, we're not. I don't know what the heck's wrong with OBS, but there's something not right. So you're trying to schedule? Yeah, I know about internet issues. Um, uh, I wish I had insight on that. Uh, when I last scheduled a exam, um, it was a long time ago. I'm just gonna go there. I'm not gonna be cute about it. It was way before the internet, so I wish I had some insight on that one. Maybe the FAA is still wheeling from the Microsoft errors early or last week. Um, and they could have, who knows, a number of things. But hopefully you can get through so you can get that exam. Um, Surprised your school, if you're going through a school, uh, doesn't have like a back door or something into them. All right, but anyway, as I was alluding to, and we've been through one, folks, we've done everything on our end aside from, well, we won't go into the violence side, with getting Spectrum off their butt and fixing this thing. So we'll just deal with it. Now, I can tell you this much, folks. I do have this recording to a video at the end of today's flight. I will upload that video to YouTube and it'll be available either tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow will be no stream. So, not because of the internet, but because I won't be here. So, just for knowledge, won't be streaming. So. All right, so let's get to it before the internet decides to go down south again. All right, so again, we're in one of my favorite liveries I've ever seen, and Allegiant has it with that Make a Wish. Boy, I have a wish. I wish my internet would work. And probably a million other people out there. But that's not the kind of wish this organization works on, folks. It's terminally ill children who have that one wish of what they would want to do, folks, and they come in and fulfill it. Some would like to be a superhero for a day. I've seen a, about a dozen of those here in the last couple of years here in St. Louis. I know there's a bunch of kids that always wanted to be in a truck, ride in a semi. And so, to that effect, there used to be, may still be, forgive me guys, I'm dated here. I came out of the trucking world in 2001. A jamboree up in Iowa. I think that still goes on. But from that jamboree, they would take Make a Wish kids or pick them up en route across the country in the big rigs. I think it ended in Reno. And what a cool thing. There's a great song, but folks, I'm telling you now, put a tissue box next to you. A teddy bear out there. It will bring a tear to your eyes. I heard it the first time coming, I forget what town it was in Alabama, just thinking to myself, oh my God, I'd have to turn my rig around if I heard that. So that's some of the things they do. I know they do stuff with the aircraft. I don't know what all they do with the aircraft because that's some kids' dreams too, to be a pilot. And they fulfill it. And that's why I love this organization so much. They really do go out of their way to just make that tough circumstance they've been dealt a little brighter. So that's why I like Make-A-Wish. And my wish, I could come aboard and help raise a lot of money to help them make these wishes come true. Uh, we're doing one right now for the Navy Marines Relief Society. No conjunction with Make-A-Wish. But and that's with another organization. So, would love to be able to help them out. That and St. Jude's, but that's not on the plane, so we're not talking about St. Jude right now. But there's another worthwhile organization. Speaking of which, folks, I alluded to it. Now I lost it. Where'd it? Oh, there it is. My God, I've added so much here in the last day or two, and deleted a lot from my stream that I can't find things. Now it looks kind of weird on the screen, and we'll explain in a minute. But we're also raising money. You know what? Let me give it the 43 seconds here to make sure everyone who could be in ads are out of ads. And wouldn't we love to be out of ads? Oh, we hit the end of reel. Oh my gosh, there's no more ads. Oh well, that's another wish we could all wish for. All right, so but we are in conjunction with a organization. Hang on, I'll just go ahead pull it in here. Um, all right, and we are in conjunction with CBW20. They're a DCS, that's Digital Combat Sim. Um, Squadron Group Wing. I'm not sure what his delineation is, but we're raising money in conjunction with them for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. And what they do, folks, the seafaring military personnel transitioning from military to back into the civilian world, folks. There is a lot of difference between the two, especially if you had gone into combat. Even if you came out with no visible scars, there are scars deep within these guys that they help transition into back into the civilian world. And if they hadn't seen even that, there's still stuff that happens, folks, within the military that's so different than what we see here on the civilian side. So they help bridge that gap, be it job training, be it uh, any medical, and with VA helps too, but they step in directly with the seafaring personnel, that being Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, and help give them some help they need. So we're asking you for the next few days, I think we have like 11, 12 days, to kind of step in and help them out. We don't have a huge goal, um, but we have set a bar, and we hope to make it so that they can help them. So, sorry folks, I just noticed something that Saribot caught, and I was trying to read more into it to understand what happened. All right, bear with me here. Um, okay, for spam. So, and as you heard, we do have Saribot running. So, but anyway, great, worthwhile organization. So let's get into this flight, folks. Now, I'm going to put up a different banner than you're used to. I have not been told I can't talk about some alpha testing I'm doing for an organization. So we're going to find out if I get in trouble. It's called Elatex. Elatex, is that right? Hang on. Elev Elevatex. It's kind of a hard word to pronounce to start with. But anyway, folks, I'll boil it down to you. It's a new type of Volanta Sim toolkit coming to the flight sim world. Leans very heavily like towards, and I again do not mean to belittle. I promised one of our followers to be very open-minded, and I am, but it seems uh, to be working more on the Sim Toolkit kind of side than the Volanta. I don't use Volanta anymore, folks. It's payware. It pretty much has become payware. Sim Toolkit is freeware, and there's nothing in Sim Toolkit you pay for. There's a lot in Volanta now you do, and that's just kind of, pardon the phrase, disgusting to me. Um, and I get it; they want to make a buck off us. I prefer the amount of data that comes through Sim Toolkit than I did Volanta. So I'm really hoping this little program, this Elevatex, um, really is going to show me some things that are better than Sim Toolkit. I really do. So I'll have more information available when it's available to the public, but we're about to enter a phase, and I'll bet I'm going to have to get quiet on it soon. But that's cool. And just want to let you know we are testing it, um, and we're part of it, and we're hoping, hey, it could be a really good program. So I used to use Volanta, and then I started finding too much payware. You had to pay for this. You have to pay for that. Pay for this. Pay for that. There is none of that in Sim Toolkit. So I hope Elevatex does the same and stays away from making us pay. All right, folks, that's way too long winded for sitting here looking at a pretty plane with a great organization on the tail, Make a Wish. Let's get to work, get to Mid America, and get back. All right, so couple of things about Flight Factor A320 uniform. Um, I'll be honest, I don't like the cockpit textures. They put a post out long, long ago before the tunnel blinders came on to that other plane. I can't even, I mean, it's just ridiculous what happened over there. And never heard anything of it, and it never changed. So this is pretty. Ugh. Go to if you're gonna. I'm going to tell you right now. Personally, I think if I'm going to fly this plane much anymore, I'm going to do it in X-Plane 11. At least the cockpit looks 10 times better. Um, just a hint. So, but I know there's some of you out here that fly this plane, and I enjoy the dynamics, the flight. It's just the eye candy. Yeah, leaves a lot to be desired. But when you throw blinders on, that's what happens. All right, let's first get in like we did yesterday. Let's get it powered up, and we'll go from there. Actually, we can do some of this from over here. Keep forgetting that. So we're on supply. Let's throw the ground power to it and the chocks to it. And we're going to hope for the best that it actually did not put the stairs on it. Let's find out. All right, it didn't. A lot of times it will. Oh yeah, there's a lot of little bugs in this thing that those blinders to one project only really just fell through the and it has fallen through the cracks for a long time. It's not just that one plane. So, all right, so we got the basics. Now, another very important point. We made it yesterday, um, and I'll kind of try to show it off today. Um, well, let's get it powered up, and we'll walk through it hopefully as we go through. All right, so you can see, hey, there's a little button lit. All right, let's zoom in, turn to battery 1. Maybe. And that's really loud. Hang on, folks. Wow. There we go. I might even go a little lower on. You know what? That might actually need this one. There we go. Much better. All right. Same thing as yesterday. The theory is if you see the word off or something white, no white switches. Except, same with TOLUS. Any Airbus, leave your the A350. You can go ahead and click on them, but in truth and reality, you want to make sure they're off, meaning they're on. Did that make sense? All right, nothing up there, nothing up the sleeves. All right, okay, and let's go ahead, we'll go to number 1, auto, fuel, or no smoking, and arm the emergency lights. Okay. All right. So we're basically set up now to get going. So at this point, let's bring in, at this point, Sim Toolkit. I'm not as familiar enough yet with um, Elevatex, so I'm going to stick to what I know, and that being Sim Toolkit. All right, everything you see here, I can see in Elevatex, just to let you know. Yeah, okay, things look a little different. There's not a little toolbar on the left, and this on the right with the airplane and Tyson, that's on the left. Little formatting. Hey, fine and dandy. Um, but ultimately, they're both the same in this regard. Okay, so the flight today, Knoxville to Mid America. We're going to go to the pardon me, folks. I slept like crap last night. We had a storm come through. It didn't help, but it just was not a good night. Anyway, volunteer. That's my problem. Sorry to share that with the class. Volunteer is the VOR. That's VXV to Bowling Green, BWG, to Pocket City, which is PXV, to Centralia, which is ENL. Yeah, I fly a lot out here in the Midwest. Headquarters for Flying with Mike is St. Louis, so sometimes don't like admitting to that. All right, so this looks great. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of red ahead of us. The good thing is if I start, wrong one, panning out, we'll get through it just after top of descent and right in. Now, we could probably get some help from ATC to circumnavigate. Maybe not. So we've asked ground crews to pack us full of barf bags because I think we're going to have a barf mobile in flight. All right, so the payload today, 21,460 pounds. Kind of light, to be totally honest with you. 116 people, no cargo. That sounds about typical for Allegiant. And we're going to get a cost index of 30 out of them. So, hey, and they're going to put us up to 38,000. So maybe just maybe, we'll get over the hardest part of them. So pretty decent flight. They're going to put 12,546 pounds of fuel on us, and everything else looks good. So that's a pretty good flight. Now, here we go. Weather. All right, winds are out of the southwest at about 9 knots, 10-mile visibility. The base of the lowest level clouds, they're calling them few, so just a few in the sky, 2,600 feet. The next layer is 4,600. The top end, way up there, 25,000. Nothing making a ceiling, so we're good. And it's a chilly 31 degrees here. Yeah, you see, you ought to be going to the Smokies. Oh, that's Celsius. Darn it. I always get those confused. It's almost 90 degrees out there. With cumulus in the distance northwest or north. So, cumulonimbus, my bad, cumulonimbus, which means thunderstorms in our lingo, folks. Over here in little old mid-America, we are 190, so a southerly wind at 10-mile visibility, and a scattered sky at about 25,000, or I'm sorry, about 2,500 feet. So again, nothing setting a ceiling to begin to really, whoa, we got to really be careful here. Approaches and what to brief and all of that. 30 degrees, again, you might need a scarf. Oh, wait, it's 86. And the humidity is well past that here. It's like 110. So the air in the atmosphere is just primed for storms to just keep riding down the river. The Mississippi, that is, river. So, a nice day to go flying, in my opinion. Let's go ahead, book us a slot in VATSIM. Okay, that's not hard. There's always slots. And we're not going to make that 1850, so we'll turn it to... Well, we could. Now, the alternate today is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that designated for Mid-America Airport. I would wish an Allegiant pilot that flies into Mid-America would be part of our chat to let us know, is this one for real? Spirit of St. Louis Airport. It's a GA airport on the west end of town. Oh yeah, big enough runways for them. That's like, don't get me wrong. You could land an Airbus on them, just like you can Cahokia. But would you make it an alternate? There's a lot of factors that go into making alternates, and I'm really curious, have they ever? Because I know Nashville, Springfield, Illinois, Missouri, Indianapolis, even Evansville's been used, but I've never seen Spirit. And by the way, that's only about 50 miles away. So I know I have a dispatcher we can yell at and say, hey, his aircraft would make sense maybe in there. But anyway, let's get this checked out. Nav, I got to put my nav data in like always, folks, so bear with me. And let me double check KKRVR. Let's do it. What the heck? I love. Most of you wouldn't be able to read that anyway. Not that you wouldn't, it's just you can't find it. And did I file? Yes. All right, so we're filed. All right, folks, I am going to turn this thing down more. I don't know about you, but I think it's like blowing my ears out. All right, let's go with that for now. And I think it was because I had my earphones turned up. So if that's gotten way too low, let me know. All right, so let's get into getting this bird in the air. I am using the TOLUS A319 Concise Checklist. Folks, it works on an A319 and A320, Neo or conventional, and 321. Folks, they're pretty much the same cockpits. That's what's so cool. The 757, 767, same thing. They're pretty similar. There are not many differences when you jump up to the 777. I'm not going to say the same about the 787 because I got a feeling it's more A350-ish in basics, not necessarily what you see. But anyway, yeah, it's just amazing that you can do that. So we're going to pop back up to the overhead. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back. Not time to eat, folks. All right, let's get to it. All right, so the batteries we know are on. We turned them on. We're on the ground power. Fuel pumps all off. Fuel the plane before we start. So let's head back down here and let's walk through this. Now, I have it still set in pounds. However, okay, this is now in pounds. Okay. When I first flew a flight a couple days, maybe a week ago, it was in kilos and it was excruciating painful. Let me find out for certain. Zero fuel weight for today is, well, we're not set. Is there an empty weight? Are we close to 94? Okay, we're 90, so that's cool. Maybe off, and it's probably a different number, but yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's get back to service and let's put our 12,546 pounds in the plane. Okay, remove. Now, don't let that fool you, folks. I've come back to see that number changed. Again, they don't keep up with their planes. 116 peoples, and now they're in X plane 11. You can put in a EFB file that'll take you to the 180 that this aircraft can hold. I have yet to find it for X plane 12. And by the way, I did try it, and boy, did it mess the plane up. So that's why we are not using it. It's kind of sad. One variant is all they have. All right, so again, we just set it. Now, you can go to perf. There's our 116, our cargo, which we haven't even looked at, but let's look at our zero fuel weight at the moment. All right, we need to be at 115,910, and we are at 118,000. So back to service. Let's go take a look in cargo. I'm going to drop 3,000 pounds. Set. Back to perf data. 115. Now we need 900 pounds. 910 to be exact. All right, so 3613 plus 910 equals. All right, so we are going to make this say 4523. And then when we hit set, then we go to perf data, we should be at the zero fuel weight. There's our fuel weight and cargo, passengers. Yeah, it doesn't really give a payload. Wish it would. But it is what it is. 128. That's very close. We're within 400 pounds, so we'll take it. Then click set. And what that'll do, folks, is set the FMC weights to this information. All right, so let's get moving because that's where things get kind of squirrely with this plane. All right, so we fueled it. We are ready to go, and I am going to TYS this one start. I'm starting my ACARS program. All right, and transponder is 0000. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so while we sit on the ground here, folks, let's push the APU. First off, I'm going to come up here. We're going to do our fire checks. That's what upsets me, that we're so low volume now. Let's try that. Okay. It serves for me as a sound check to see how loud things are. Okay. And a cargo smoke. Give it a couple seconds. Amen. Things are good. All right. Hush. Thank you. All right. So we can kick the APU on now. Oop, too far. All right. And what we're waiting for is flap open. Now, yesterday I was looking for this and it took a little bit for it to show what I wanted, so I don't know how good the A350 really is. But when you're the only dog in town, guess what? Toll us. All right, let's head back down and we'll watch it spool up, and then we're going to rapid fire through this, get this plane up and going. Because my goal is to get back to Knoxville tonight. So, okay, the APU gen just became available. However, the word available is not here yet. Just because you saw the numbers, just because you saw it go green, and wait till you get available. Okay? Now you don't have to wait for that. Come back up here and wait a minute, lost my track. Oh, okay, cockpit lights. This is something that the tutorial that I watched didn't go through much. And I get it. You know, it's a flight sim. We don't have to do all of the procedures. Just make it look like we're doing a lot of them. But I do try to, okay? And that's just me. You know, you guys get these planes fired up in 40 minutes. I'm lucky in 50 minutes to be ready to push the jetway away. Okay, APU lights. Okay, let's head down here. Flap lever 0. Let's confirm. 0. And that is it, folks. Just this. Now, the A350 was yeah, different places. This is not that plane. Another quirk about this plane are these radios. We'll get to that in a minute. And I can tell you, I have no idea how to fix it. Spoilers are down. Now, normally, to make sure they're not armed, you would see a white band here. If you would see that, they were pulled up and armed. There is no white band here. Again, oversight. They did not do. Okay. Bear with me here. While I'm here, I'm just. Okay, here we go again. Well, maybe I need an alignment. Okay. And then from there, with the speed brakes, probe heats off, APU bleeds on. Um, Air conditioning panel, all the white switches are gone. We're set in the middle. We'll go with pack normal, cross bleed, and auto. Here they come. Align. Should get an on bat. Did I miss it? There it is. And again, this is something it may not be an A350 thing. So there's a lot of things with that plane I'm not comfortable with. And then number IRU3. I know, they can't count. While that's going on, we'll put that in purser, body, K, on, CVR check. CVR stands for Cockpit Voice Recorder, folks, just for those curious. And external electrical panel, all lights but the faults are on or off. Ventilation panel off. Everything good. All right, folks, let's head down to McGhee. 7 minutes to go. Hang on. Okay, they're in actually pretty good spots. All right, double check your dates. Make sure you're up to date. If you're that kind of pilot, I am. So we've still got about a week till we have to update. Week to a week and a half. All right, so go to init. If you've tied your SimBrief account here through the EFB, read the manual. It is pretty good on it. Click it. There comes the data. Okay. And then I'm going to click IRS init. And then I'm not certain, but I know it's up. Oh, there it is. Hang on a second, folks. To help me out here. All right, so let's go to Tyson McGhee. We're in spot number 4, 35, 48.4, 35, 48.3. So, as it says, up, down arrows. No, it doesn't. Okay, yeah, it does. Right up here. My bad. 38, 48.7. Ooh. Down, down, down. 4, right? 38, 35, 48.4. Okay. Click longitude and get those arrows over here. We want it to say 8359.5. All right. And double check 3548.4 north. 8359.5 west. If that's correct, align on ref, confirm, and when the alignment process hits 0, it will align from wherever the airport reference point is. It'll move that point to right over or very close to us. This is spots 1 through 6. So basically, as you looking at this map, I think I have it up. I think I do. I think I do. I think I did not. Ooh. Cool. We'll leave it just like that for now, because other airplanes, it's fine. Well, anyway, as I was saying, here's where you get those coordinates. That's what we're aligning on. And what it's going to do is this point is what it was set to, which is fine. It just narrowed the scope down to this wing of the terminal, 1 through 6. So from here to here, 7 through 9, 8. Yeah, it does a lot better. Must be a specific airline there that wants. No, I'm just kidding, folks. I don't know. But that is kind of odd. Okay, so we do have a departure here. We're going to come off 23 right. So let's look at that again. So 23 right's the long runway in the distance. Now we could take 23 left. Considering no ATIS to balk at us, telling us no ATC, why not? So here's what I'm going to do. Connect. Because every time I connect, folks, ATC seems to find me. which is fine. I'll deal with them. I don't care. Um, I get a little, they kind of miff me every now and then, the way they treat pilots, but that's okay. Some do, some don't. All right, so Jacksonville, New York, Chicago, all online. Charlotte approach should come into play here, but not for us. We should see it, maybe not. So again, I may show Elevatex here later on, but for now, let's stick to what we're doing. All right. Did it again. All right, let's also get our wins. Next phase. Next phase. Return. And IR in a line at any time. So we should be getting a message GPS primary here soon. Okay. And folks, for those of you that are getting, catching the stream, disconnecting, connecting a lot, I'm just kind of trying to ignore it. Hey, Matt, welcome in. Mike, welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, I know the stream is being very finicky again. Right now, it's beautiful, but give it a bit. All right, there's the GPS primary, and there we go. And let me get this one so I can clear it. All right. Okay, so next step, let's go to page 2, which is use the arrow to the right. And then we're going to click Wait Request. This is where this is where it goes wonky. They're in kilograms. That's right, kilograms. So what I do is bring up my little handy dandy browser, kilograms to LBS, and 52.6. Or better yet, I just realized it's not aviation talk here. 15,963. Okay, that's a little heavy, but okay. 24.6. So, bear with me here. I'm going to get rid of charts. All right, so this is where it gets squirrely. It's saying 52.6, but we're 115,910. To me, I'm going to call that pretty doggone close. 24.6, I'll go with. Okay. And block fuel, 5.7. We put on 1254. I'm going to try to flip this around. Well, you know what? Let's just do 5.7. 5,700 kilos. Almost right on the nose. So, folks, those numbers are good. Again, that's the little wonky part. We can do everything in pounds to this point. And that's where it gets squirrely. Now, I'm going to go back to service. Remove, remove. And we should be good to here. All right. Time to do the flight, folks. All right, so from here we go to the F-plan page. All right, now I've got charts back up, so now we could put a departure in here. And the Knoxville 7 is just a straight out departure. So yeah, we're not going to use it, just so you know. We'll just vector ourselves to volunteer, knowing that the Knoxville 7, well, we'll see what happens. Tyson, departure. And again, no ATC. So you know what? We're going to take the 9,000 foot runway of 23 left. What's the Knox 7 actually say? Doesn't even add it to the route. Okay, hang on. Let me try SID. Here we go. Okay, yeah, it is just a straight out departure, 231, and then vectors to filed route, which in our case, where the heck? We'll come back to volunteer and start our route. All right, so from there, we'll keep the discontinuity to get us to get direct to volunteer or potentially on to our next fix. Okay, and then from there, we head to Bowling Green. All right, so we're going to switch this to plan. Yeah, we'll keep it at 20. And let's walk through it, shall we? All right, so we'll just use the up arrow, volunteer. Okay, there's our limit, Bowling Green. Top of climb, top of descent happens after, before and after. Pocket City. And then, sorry folks, Centralia. And I know I wasn't following it, but you can see we followed it pretty good. Now, we're going to be Centralia 2. Now, with the winds we have, let me just try something here. You know what? Let's just double check our, my bad, wrong program. Check our weather. 190 at 5. As much as I'd like to come in 3-2, I think it'd be wise to go with 190 at 5. Let's bring it in 1-4 left. All right, so let's click BLV, arrival. Now we have a couple choices here. Okay, so basically that'll be Centralia, Havis, Eichel at 7,000. Doesn't matter which way we're going. Dumpty out to Troy. Or we turn in early on a visual. That's possible too. All right, so let's look at these approaches we have for 1-4 left. All right, hang on. Hang on. We switch to 1-4 left. And I just realized what I could do. Hang on. Let's check the ATIS for St. Louis. See if what they're doing. They're landing north. But they have a different wind than we do. They're almost... We're going to go with that. We'll stick with it. It is what it is. All right, so hang on. We're going to flip-flop back. Yeah, we got a 3-knot tailwind. Okay. Ultimately, that's fine, folks. So we can RNAV it. Actually, we'll just... I think we'll just get on the ILS. Oh, I didn't want that. Oh yeah, I want the ENL. We want... There we go. And what that's going to set up for us, folks, is we come off here, there's our 2, come down to Eknock and in. This actually is pretty quick, so make sure you're fully ready for it, altitude and everything. It's quick. Now, if you're slowed up, it takes a little bit, but if you're still 220, 230, guess what? That's going to happen. You're going to almost turn and turn. So it's pretty interesting. So we're going to look for the ILS. Oh, I just saw it. 3-2 right. And we're going to fly the Centralia 2. Okay, and then we can continue on from here into our arrival. See how this turn bows out, and then you're like doing this S to get in there. That's why you want to make sure you're slowed. There is no speed restriction at Eichel, so I thought there used to be, but anyway, there may not be. So we'll keep the manual and all because it should pick up pretty quick off the ILS, but we'll also be watching it unless weather goes south. And then there we go, GUI, and onto the runway, and then out to Eknock for our hold if we have to missed approach. And then Fitz to Spirit. Like I said, it is probably 50 miles away. To me is unbelievable, but hey, that's what they're giving us. That's what we'll go with. All right, so that takes care of charts. Now, we move on to the RadNav page, which is good, to the perf page. Now, it's been a long time since I've done it. So we're going to get, yes, it's in meters. one thing I am going to try here. Just let me try it offline real quick and then I'll bring it in. Um, okay, let's see how it stacks up. Runway. Do what? I thought we had ATC. I'm like, what? 2743 heading 231, 231 slope, okay. Elevation, I think okay. No. It's 986. Uh-oh, something happened. Hang on. Something failed. All right, well, I'll worry about that in a minute. All right. I really, really hate this sometimes, folks. All right, let's try this again. 986. Okay, temperature dry, runway 280. Does that sound right? Yes, no, maybe. Calculate. We're not doing flaps 3. Let's flex it. All right, it doesn't tell us what we're going to eat up. All right. Sim Toolkit has 27 left, 9,000. We'll end up with uh, all right. One flex 6 7. Okay, so that'll work. We're pretty close on these. Now, if you hit set, it sets it over here. I probably shouldn't have, because actually I kind of like the speeds. What are we flexing at? 6 6. You know what? I'm actually gonna be happy. And it doesn't tell us that important part. Ah, but there is a part in here that does. Down So we're going flaps 1 slash DN. Okay, well, it's a flight sim. It'll be what it'll be. 0.4. All right, there we go, folks. We're set and ready to go. Now, where in the world did I find all this? Hang on, I'm going to show you. Okay, you saw how we did it over there. Now, let's look at Sim Toolkit. I'm going to bring in SimBrief. And then view my flight plan. All right, so this is the data that's loaded in the McGhee. Go to takeoff. And then I switched it to 2-3 left after verifying the meters and all. Oh, I could have done it right here. Gun it when I find it afterwards. Hit calculate. And now we got a different number than what I got to start with. Hang on a second. Oh, no, we didn't. 134, 134, 135, which over here translated. Hang on a second. So that's what you have here. Now, the bad thing is, folks, I hate to say it, it doesn't tell you how much you eat up, but it will tell you 190 or 1,900 feet, almost 2,000 feet of runway if we had to recheck. All right, so let's get Sim Toolkit out of the way. We'll stick with the higher numbers, okay? You know what? Screw that. I'm going to go with 134, 134, 135. 133, 134, 135. All is good, and they say 6.7, we'll do 6.6. All right, folks, we're ready. All we're at now is the final push here to get things going. So real quick, back up top. So after the ADIR, strobe lights are auto. Nav, we chose 1, folks. It's not like you're turning on just the nav lights and not the logo. Both systems turn on with 1 or 2. It just allows you, if one of the position lights are out, which by the way, you don't fly if one of those is out, switch it to number 2 to see if that bulb turns on. There's 2 bulbs in each wingtip for the position lights. And believe me, you don't really, people don't like waiting for light bulbs. So, yeah, you come up with the ingenious things. So, so yeah, that's a neat little feature. The seatbelt's on. I think I can go one more. And we're ready to go, folks. Emergency lights are armed. Landing elevation auto. We're going to turn the dome light off. And pack flow as required. We'll leave it as is. Fuel pumps on. And we've done our engine fire. Let's check our radios, because I told you this is where I really get frustrated with them. Hey, it's working. Thank you. If what I found, if these aren't switching over, turn the power off, all 3. This one, that switch, and that switch. Wait a couple seconds, turn them back on. 9 out of 10 times they work. And I can't ever guarantee this one to work. But again, getting certain companies to pay attention to their clients is futile sometimes. Okay, that's all set. Also, make sure your transmit receive is all set up, and we now have it, the green for your transponder. Well, I'll show you what I'm talking about here because I'm bringing it in. Actually, you can barely see it because of, hang on, we're going to have to reposition it. I thought I had it, but I did not. All right, there we go. This is too important for me to, you know, not have it there. So the Marines Relief folks, that folks, what an organization, what a group. Highly, highly. You see it in the chat there, folks. Boy, check them out. Give what you can. Folks, search through your couch. I'll bet you find money. Search under the seat of your car. I'll find money again. And give that to them. Unless, of course, you ended up finding $1,000 bill under your couch. Then where's your couch at? Um, so, alrighty. But anyway, folks, give what you can. We both flying with Mike CVW20, um, Duluth Fly. He's another streamer. We're all part of this. We really appreciate it, folks. You helping them out. Okay, so the radios are set, transponders are set, and all right, let's move up and get the final steps ready as they close the door. And I really love TOLUS for this, folks. I really do. Uh, Pack store remove. Bear with me. I'm going to get off ground power. One of the planes I use, folks, if I don't disconnect from there, wipes the plane out. Off. Okay, and their GPU and your air conditioning unit right there, air starter, and chocks is all that's left. And if you forget chocks, I think this one removes it with better pushback. All right, so, well, that stinks. Well, hopefully that'll go away. Here we go, folks. Let's put it. Oh, I hate when I gotta do this. And again, folks, I prefer TOLUS. Sorry. Those of you that like this plane, I used to really like it over in the world of okay, I think I got it. We'll find out. Let's get going. We're really late. All right. What was our 1160? Okay. All right. Here we go. Better pushback on the way.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Oh, Delta's way over there. Where's he going? Oh, what's going on? Better pushback. What in the heck? Try this again.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Oh, come on, better pushback. All right, I love this. We're gonna just push back straight, folks. This stinks, but it is what it is.
Delta Lima Alpha. Request pushback straight back.
Delta Alpha X-ray Lima Alpha. Stand by. Pushback tractor is on the way.
Oh, don't tell me. Out of curiosity. No, they were set. Where's the pushback?
Delta Alpha X-ray Lima Alpha. Pushback cancel.
All right, a lot of things not going well for the home team here, folks. Try one more time.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Commencing pushback. Release parking brake.
I did tell it to stop, and it said it acknowledged.
Disconnect. Pushback completed.
All right, here we go, folks. Now things are starting to get a little screwy here. Oh, my spoilers are up. Did I not reposition? No, I did not. Alright, with available, we're going to go ahead and start up number 1. Okay, altimeters. $2,994. Oh, I thought I had them cross-synced. Alright, we are ready to go, folks. Alright, let's get a timer started. 3 minutes. Alright. Anti-skid. Timer's on. Okay, APU bleed off. See that white band's not visible? We're armed, I think. We'll check. Ground spoilers armed, so we're good. Pitch trim. While we're here, switch to this. This is so nice. All you got to do. Wait a minute. We're going down 4. My bad. Wrong way. Okay. While I'm here, I always do it just to be safe. I check my primary flight display as well as my hydraulics here, or flight controls. Make sure everything is in compliance. Okay. Clear. Auto brake. Alright, engine master switch. Make sure we're back to normal for this flight. We are. Okay, we can turn now the APU off, which I always forget, folks. Slides we can't do, nose wheel. Here come the lights. Parking brake, elapsed time, flight controls checked, auto brake, terrain as we taxi, because here we go. Now you could set the lights, folks. Now I just did a simple straight back push. Better pushback wasn't working with this plane. I don't know why. That was a nice clap of thunder. Hopefully we closed the door. We did. And we'll get on common traffic here in a minute. $121,200. And Knoxville traffic, Allegiant 3789, taxi to 23 left. Alright, I mentioned this, and this is also where you get your cabin ready. Go to FAP. Let me just make sure we're going straight. Okay. Now, right here is your cabin ready. Right here are your lights. And then we do the config test. We're ready to go, folks. We'll get radars turned on here in a moment. Take off configs there. Make sure I actually hit it. I did. And on. That's about all you can do, folks. And there's our radar. Woo, wicked. Bear with me, I'm getting back here. All right. Knoxville traffic, Allegiant 3798 will be departing 23 left. Is that what our number really is? Yep. It's not bad. Alright, let's get terrain on over there. And folks, we got A8, A9. Let's go on up to A9. Well, you know what? We'll just come on here. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. Roger, clear for takeoff. 23 left. Allegiant tool 3798. Okay, SRS runway green, flex 68, here we go.
Caution,
66.
On taxiway.
Okay, whatever. 80 knots. Okay, coming up on V1, rotate. Alright, and we're just working our way around back to volunteer. And I'm going to call for direct. All right, let's get those spoilers down. We're on our way, folks. Again, a little bit lengthy ground time here. We'll try to make it up as we get over Volunteer here and then headed to Bowling Green. Alright, we should be nosing over a little to help us accelerate up to our cruise. Look at that on top. Alright, we're on our way, folks. ETA currently, and I've got a whole new one to read here, 58 minutes. And again, that's from Elevatex. Elevatex. Believe me, I have no idea how to pronounce it, as you can tell. But anyway, that's the overlay up there, and we are working our way towards Mid-America. And I think it's just needs to be, the information just needs to be a little bigger. Well, you know what? Let me try a couple things here. No, it's not that. I just think it needs to just fill the screen a little more. But, you know, you all be the judge. We do use Sim Toolkit a lot here. So, again, overlays, I'll be honest, folks, there are a million of them out there. I'm sure Volanta has a pretty good one, you know, for some. I'll stick with the tried, true, easy one that Sim Toolkit gives me. But I mean, it's not bad. We'll run with it this day. So, but there you go, folks. We're on our way. Thunderstorms abound. Let me do something before we pop our head out the plane again. Ooh, that is a pretty shot. Mothership. Give me one more. Give me some sun. Give me some sun. does kind of look like a mothership. See how we got a cloud above us, I bet. But again, we're in a lot of thunderstorms, folks. Ooh, I did not like that transition. All right, we're passing transition of the air traffic control type. There we go. I'm like, when is it going to go to standard? Like I said, folks, they really have forgotten this plane. All right, so we're on our way, folks. We'll be up at cruise here shortly. Um, and by the way, it's raining at 21,000 feet. Oh boy. And I want to just also let people know I believe our sound effects are back minus one of them, and I have yet to figure that one out. Oh, nope, it's showing available. I'm not going to play with it, so if you want them, there's three. They're available for challenge or your channel points. And again, we apologize for the system problems we have. I really wish somebody would get in and check what's going on. So, we'll just keep going on. And the cadet is on the deck. Tin Hut. Hi there. Hi there. Big ol' smile. But again, sorry for the connectivity issues. The funny thing about all of this, and my wife really does not experience any troubles with what she does at work via Zoom, via TeamSpeak. I, on the other hand, streaming, am just bogging down. So I'm wondering if it's the network card, let alone, and our upload speeds are horrific. So I don't know. But anyway, folks, we're on our way, and hopefully, Charter Spectrum, whatever their flavor of name this week is going to be, um, we'll figure it out. So that's what's going on with the connection issues. Yeah, we've already had a few today. Um, who knows? Again, folks, this is the Flight Factor A320. Overall, not a bad plane. Just be ready for some quirks. Which never a good thing to hear when you're thinking about buying. If you're thinking about an Airbus, really, I still recommend TOLUS. But if Flight Factor is your idea of an Airbus, there's a way to get a hold of it. I've not recommended this plane. Be honest, I'm not recommending the A350 that we flew a couple of streams on. But in the sense of flying an Airbus, I mean, most of it's there. TOLUS would still be your best bet. All right, I'm going to go ahead and kick the wing lights off. There are very few features on this plane that matter of fact, right now, one is all that comes to mind that I wish TOLUS would look into, and there may be a reason why. It's no. All right, so constraints are off. Let's go airports. All right, and we're on our way, folks. Let's get back down to the radios. What the heck did we tune in? Oh my goodness. I'll be honest, folks, I have no idea what we tuned in. Okay, we at least were on common traffic. Now we're back on Unicom. Ooh. All right, so let's see here. Oh my. I remember now parts of why I don't use serve info. Whoo, doggy. We had a Delta. 2007. Where'd they go? Huh, we lost track of Delta. Oh no. That was 2007. Where did he go? Must have just dropped off. Must have the same internet provider I know. Oh, shh. I see Duluth flying. Stay clear. All right, folks. Hey, we're just having some fun. Good guy there, Duluth. Again, sorry about filling up your stream there with those. All right, just making sure nothing I'm supposed to be doing for all of this. All right, folks, we are en route. Leveling it, well, almost leveled off. We are going for 38, right? Yes. All right, folks, flying above a lot of thunderstorms. So, I guess the question of the hour is, since Viewer Appreciation Month is about to close, um, yeah, isn't that? It just kind of blew through here, folks. Tomorrow's it. How's your summer been? Because for a lot of you, the summer means back to school. Lucky ones back to work. That have been off all summer. Or is it unlucky ones? I can't figure that part out. But anyway, um, how's your summer been? I hope it's been a blessed one and a good summer for you. Um, oh, great. We're porpoising. That's a bit annoying. Like I said, folks, I'm not a huge fan. I just wanted to get it back in the air second flight. And now we're into a porpoising area. And we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. And again, just so you know, those interruptions come in because my wife works for a major university here in the St. Louis area. And the calls she gets between her students and faculty, that doesn't need to get out over the airways accidentally, causing lots of miscommunications or whatever that could cause. So I just go ahead and mute. All right, so let's continue on. Let's see how accurate it is. 27 minutes. I'm going to look at two places. We just crossed Bowling Green, so I got to be careful. We're coming up on top of descent. I don't see anything right there. Sim Toolkit puts us 24 minutes out, so we're a little closer, and we're going to begin getting ready for our descent. All right, so as we line up here off of Bowling Green to Pocket City, we're 72 miles out. Now, the ILS for 32 right is loaded. Sorry, folks, had something get in a tooth there, and I'm not eating anything, so I hate when that happens. The bug really tasted good. I don't know what it was. Anyway, all right, so we're now 60 miles, so we're going to be getting the words enter descent data. Let's look at this approach real quick, okay? I know, real quick, yeah. All right, so there you can see where we are. We're leaving Memphis Center, about to hit Indianapolis. Okay, so we're flying Centralia to Hovitz to Eichel, be at 7,000 to Dutmai. Now we're planning 3-2 right. So from Dutmai, we turn to 225. Now I plan to be slowing down at this point, okay? So that it's not such a big, broad S curve as we come around to get on the ILS for 3-2 right. We'll come in at Eknot. Eknok, they want us at 2,400 feet or above, descending to 2,200 feet. Okay. Now from there, there's your ATIS approach. This will be your common traffic frequency, 125.28. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. And we said, what, 25. Perfect. Enter, okay. Now you can see enter the information. As of 1 hour, this is old information, so we'll do so. Next phase, okay. Go ahead and clear it. 2990. Oh, you got to put the decimal in, folks. Sorry, missed that. Temperature, they're showing 33 degrees. Hey, we can take the scarf off here, folks. 220 at 7. All right, we're porpoising again. That's cool. We're about to start descending. Hang on. Okay. And then let's continue with the chart here. 111.15 will be set in the NavRad page. 319. GUI at 2043. Huh? Interesting. Um, there's a mismatch. That's why it says 2200 here. Oh, I see. It's starting you on the glide slope, then down. Okay. So, minimum's 200 feet above the ground or 642, and that'll be Barrow. Okay, that's done and ready. And there's our missed approach back to Eknuk at 2,400 feet. Hold. Again, we're coming in 2,400 feet, descending to 2,200 feet, then on the glide path in. Minimums today. We just saw Barrow means Barrow above is what you would find in this window. Above ground level, which is what's bracketed, folks, you find here in your radar altimeter. Okay. Meaning 200 feet above the ground. The other one, 642 that we entered, that's above sea level. Thing is, they're both at the same magical point in the sky. Just where are you measuring it from? One little side note, and I try to say this on a lot of streams, your METARs are set up above the ground with those scattered, all your different cloud levels and all. That's above the ground, folks. So, if you set for, doggone it, I really hate this thing when they start porpoising. All right, we're going to have to clear it. We're going to be descending anyway here soon. So, matter of fact, how far out are we? Oh, we're there. Okay, so we're coming down 7,000. May have to go into an open descent. Okay, so to wrap this up real quick, folks, so this bracketed number is above ground. That's what your METARs are. So if your METAR says 001, you can't come in on this approach. I think I'm not even sure you can come in on the 3-2 left. So just so you know, you may now have to go to your alternate. Or plan the hold, see how the weather really is. Also, you can accept a half, well, it has to be 200 feet overcast or broken. It has to be a half mile or greater in visibility. Unless you have a flight director autopilot HUD, your decision altitude or visibility RVR is 24. Otherwise, it's 18 if you have that, which we do, so we can go to 18. All right, there's your brief. Lastly, we need our speeds, which, guess what? They're right here. Hang on. Landing speed of 125. Approach 130. And just so you know, from GUI to the missed approach with 130 will be about 2 minutes 15 15 seconds. Okay. And how we doing on this descent? Pretty horrible. Let's go ahead, kick it in. All right, so what's an open descent versus managed? Managed means you're running off your flight management system Open means you're controlling the descent. Now, it's still going to hit your constraints along the way, which in our case, there's only one. That being Eichel at 7,000. There are no other constraints on this. So, all right, so let's enjoy the ride in, folks. We got, according to both sources, Elevate, VATEC, and Sim Toolkit, we don't have any. Well, we're finishing up the storms here. Moving on to a little blob starting up just to our east. I'm sorry, to our south. My bad, my bad. You can Sim Toolkit real quick. Airplanes right under the PXV here. Here's where we're headed, and there's that little blob blip that we have. So, all right. And no, that was not microphone speaker stuff. That was just me being stupid. So again, hopefully you all are enjoying, and please, folks, grin and bear if we disconnect to wait for it to reconnect, because that seems to happen, you know, as we're nearing or whatever. So I don't know what's going on with my cable company, but it was right after a very teeny storm came through, and I mean teeny and comparative. And they haven't got their act together yet. Don't, and to some, I'm not even going to give it to their defense because they had the Microsoft issue that same day, I think, or the day later. So they got to get their act together. But when you're the top dog, everyone knows that thing called monopoly. They don't care. Although there is somebody challenging them here in the area, and we may start looking at them. But I'm pretty sure they still don't care. So that's just me, and oh well. So Pocket City in our pocket. Now, the neat thing about the tollless products, folks, the landing calculators, yeah, they actually have them. They actually, I think, can be set feet. Wait a minute, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. May have to fly one here soon. Um, yeah, I think they are in feet. But anyway, that's not the point. They can show the METAR. My biggest thing I've always said is I wish that ability to show the METAR on landing would show up on their takeoff. So that way you know where their data is coming from. How far back is potentially X-plane. So, we all think real world weather. Oh, but are they right up to date or are they a little delayed? I mean, as we just saw, the weather it actually reported at Mid America is over an hour old when we were going through that brief. So the fact that you would have heard, Now, they are a little better at keeping the weather up to date when it's really bad, but really not. So, you know, maybe some people I know out there will wake them up. But overall, I would not recommend Flight Factor. So, just a aforementioned thing. All right, looks like we've got some weather we're coming into. We're at 25,000, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, start our descent checks. The neat thing with TOLUS, you can update the winds inbound. You can't with Flight Factor. I know. I'm not getting into that whole rigmarole. It's getting kind of boring. All right, so we are so far so good. I think we're on a pretty good profile here. My goal is to come off at or below 10,000 feet at Centralia. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, that big blob looks like it might be over us. Like they said, well, actually, now it looks like it's gonna. I think the morning forecast said everything stays east of the Mississippi. This is actually gonna stay west of the Mississippi River. Although, to their credit, there is a blob right in the middle that could stay intact. But weather forecasting is not easy. My hat off to them. Uh, those that actually care and really try to do a good job. There are some that it's just weather. Who cares? And it just those are the ones that kind of get under your skin. And sad thing is, some are chiefs running the gaggle. All right. Centralia's 40 miles ahead. We just hit transition. I think we're still pretty good for this. Oh, let's see if it's actually doing what we say it told it to do. Hey, hey, look at that.
Altimeter setting.
I already did it. Trying to figure out what some of these do. because I'd like to see the proper lighting in here. Well, we may have to wait for nighttime because I will say this. I forget who was flying it. But we were in a Tolus. Forget which version. We actually got the cockpit lighting to really we really got a grip on it, and it was phenomenal at night. Okay, so we just may have to fly at night. All right, so there's Eichel. There's the hockey stick telling us where 7,000 is. That's actually pretty good. We're going to maintain at the dot here. We'll slow up to 250. Now, couple things about Airbuses for those of you that just think Boeing is it. I am not going to say this version of an Airbus is worthy of anything, but any Airbus that you fly that's got these managed speeds, okay, do not here, let me show you. Go back to perf. Do not activate your approach speed or approach phase right now. One, let it do it automatically, or if you're going to, wait till you take over speed control by pushing the button and you're controlling the speed. Why? You'll slow to that speed. And it's good. I mean, people are having still a hard time getting to that common traffic frequency that you just saw on the screen. But it's good. They're one trying to get on and do it right. And it's just you got to go .ctaf. And then your 4 character identifier. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, take over, and slow us with the speed brakes. Go, speed brakes. Can't really see them here because more focused on the leading edge, but you can kind of see a little tilt in the back. All right, folks, we're slowing her down. Actually, not fast enough. But I do appreciate those of you that do come in. I know the stream is so finicky right now, and hopefully that'll get fixed soon. But thank you, and I really hope you can, when it drops, you can just hang with it, go through the drop, because honestly, it will come back, and you'll be right there. Otherwise, again, here's a link to the YouTube channel. That'll allow you to watch it. And the only thing you'll know that we had a drop is usually because this guy behind the stick says something. But otherwise, you shouldn't. Looks like we're going to be at 7,000 by Eichel. So I am just going to hit the manage button. We're leveling at it. Which is fine. Let me just make sure they all came down. They all came or all fell down. All right, and let's get some landing lights on. All right, arrival brief. All right, McGhee is set, perf set. Speed brakes will be armed here shortly. Landing lights ready at 10,000 or on. Nav display. Let's get that all set up. Let's go to landing systems. Constraints are on and 111.15 BTC. And that is not correct. So, and that is something you gotta pay attention to on this approach. It will hold this frequency for quite a while. It's got to be JDU. IJDU for the frequency. That's the right numbers. It's just the wrong identifier picked up. And I don't know how that happened. Okay, going to LS over here to just on the outside chance. I think by Dutmai we usually get the right frequency between Eichel and Dutmai. And Dutmai I want to drop to 2,400 feet. All right. All right, let's get Mid-America. Well, not yet. When we make the turn from Dutmai, we'll do it. Okay, another thing about Airbuses, folks. You don't, well, you do have that full moving throttle that you're used to in Boeing. However, it's done in clicks. So you go past climb, past to flex. It's like 2 or 3 clicks. And then you can watch the throttle adjusting with the electronic engine controllers to keep your speeds. So yeah, don't rush yet, folks, to set this over here to approach. You will be on the wrong one. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to make the switch. 25, 128. There we go. All right. And Mid-America traffic, Allegiant 3798, Dutmai inbound on the ILS, for the ILS 32 right. And let's go ahead, slow her down. Roger, direct Eknock. Okay, we've activated approach phase. We'll use our spoilers for the moment. Get us back down to speed. Now, if you look at here, now you see IJDU. That's our ILS. Now, if you see what you see, you activate. So we have the localizer. May not get the glide slope till we level off here. May not. All right, so there we go. Speed brakes off. Flaps 1. And I am going to slow us to 160. And runway dead ahead. Alright, we're slowing now. Speed brakes armed. Brakes, we'll set them to medium. And here we go. Gear. Auto brake set. Flaps just need to go to full, and now they can. And let outer marker, which by the way, NOTAM says is in up. Plane's mine. Okay, we're ready to go. And Mid-America traffic, Allegiant 3798, 3-mile final, 32 right. And we got the visual cues. We're coming in, folks. Hey, now the winds are 275 at 3.
Glide slow.
Flaps full.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
Oh my goodness, it's a train! Alright, here we come, folks. Those keeping notes, that's because I just killed the throttle.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 20, 10, 5,
Caution, on taxiway. On taxiway.
I think I'm on a runway. And welcome to the airport I used to work at. And Mid-America traffic, Allegiant 37, 80 or 98 off at taxiway Mike to the terminal. Alright, real quick like here, folks. Flaps are up, spoilers de-armed. APU will start the process, lights off. Alright, and weather radar will be nice. And terrain radar. Flaps open, APU start. Alright folks, welcome in to, like I said, Mid-America Airport. We'll be turning a taxiway Kilo for the gates. Bring the lights up in the plane. And for today, let's park. Well, obviously, this is not going to be correct because Laminar wouldn't know there's actually 2 more gates here. And that little building over here is no more. Let's go ahead and head for gate 1. In this case, it's actually gate 3 now. Oh yeah, there's a lot of changes to this airport. Like I said, this is the first time in about 3 or 4 months that I've set foot on this side of the airport with airplanes. And we'll go back, review everything here shortly. Let's just get it in here and a little further. Brakes on. Verified, brakes on. Okay. APU's on. And there we go. All right, folks, welcome again to Mid-America Airport. Yeah. I know the jetways work here. There they go. I don't know why it wasn't working there. All right, let's get that beacon off. All right, everything looks good. We can turn the fuel pumps off. All right, folks, we are in turnaround. All right, so let's take a look here real quick. Smart cars landed us at 182 feet a minute for the airline. Not bad. And if you're curious, we flew for Millennium Aviation. I love flying for these guys. They're pretty laid back, great flight routes, everything. Check them out there, folks. They're really great. They've been using Smart Cars 3 now almost a year now. And both in beta and in actual use, I think we're in now. So other organizations are going to have to switch over soon. All right, so now let's see what Sim Toolkit did. First off, let me do what I like to do all the time. Scroll back up. No guesses, no winners. Oh, wow. Wow, let's see how that looks. Sim Toolkit. $63 a minute. It did feel really nice, folks. It really did come in solid. So let's see here. Okay, there's the flight inbound. View details. I think I hit the wrong switch, folks. Let me try that again. I did. Doggone it. Flight time, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 320 miles, 2,500 kilograms of fuel, 1.3 Gs at 63 feet a minute, 5 knots short of our landing speed. Not bad, folks. Not bad at all. Let's see if the landing report comes up. All right. Yeah, we did know we floated down the runway. Not intentionally. I really thought I was going to hit the mark, and then that little push up right at the end, and I heard the engine spool, um, caused us to land long, 2,300 feet down the runway, 10 knots, 10 feet right of the center line. So we actually did good there, and we're in the landing zone. So, folks, it's not like it's a bad landing. You can see the rest of our numbers here. The goal again was 125, if I remember right. So we were a little off on that. All right, well, what I'm going to do is take a short break here, use the restroom, and then, well, let me take a look over here, see if how this Elvel Atex, if it did anything. And really? I don't think so. Complete the flight. Okay. I'm not so certain that worked like it was supposed to. Oh well. So let's uh, that's what we're here for. So we'll just do that. We're gonna take a break here, folks, and when we come back, we're gonna uh, fly back to Knoxville. So stay tuned. All right, folks. Um, we're back. All right, so let's plan this, shall we? We're again Knoxville to, um, I'm sorry, Mid America to Knoxville. My bad, hit the wrong sim toolkit. There we go. All right. Oh, excuse me, folks. All right, we got a couple ways you can flight plan here, folks. Now, what I'm going to do utilizes Sim Toolkit. You can attach SimBrief down here and just go through SimBrief here and then click Load Last. All right, now, both ways, obviously, especially this one, requires a SimBrief account. So it's free, folks. Just fill it out. You get an account, and boom, this is available to you in Sim Toolkit. Avella Text, it's available too. Um, and what we're going to do is hit the Advanced Planner here, put in our departure, KBLV, heading to Knoxville, which I think is actually a night flight here, but it's been a while, so ooh, wait, whoa, not adding. My bad. November 218, November Whiskey. Okay, and then call sign for this flight will be, bear with me, um, 37.99. Tree 799. All right, and we're going to be for the plan. Now, what this is how does it look when you pull it up? Okay, the default, I'll be honest, I get it. A lot of you like it. It's phenomenal. But if you're starting to want to go deeper and get a lot more, I don't want to use the word accuracy, but you get a more, like, especially if you're like a private pilot, instrument pilot, real world, you start seeing things, wanting certain things, and that's what those formats do. With the airlines. So if you definitely fly for American, let me know if that's what it looks like. United, another one out there, and so forth. But we're going to go to advanced, and I'm going to set my fuel up here 5% at 45. Not going to worry about that. Taxi out 20 minutes. Taxi in 10. We'll leave passengers up to it. Alternate, same. All the rest will leave up to SimBrief. So all you do then is click generate. And then now what it's doing, reaching out to SimBrief, pulling the data in, and eventually it's going to put up this screen. All it is just telling you the basics. We have an hour and 24-minute flight, 425 miles. You can see we're dropping down to Nashville to cut over. And we'll click fly now. I think I'm still on VATSIM now that I think about it. So let's go ahead, disconnect for now. All right, so let's kind of zoom it in. You can see these thunderstorms now lining up west of the Mississippi River, what we here in St. Louis call. Now, granted, the river is really running like this, but a lot of times they just kind of train either side of that river. Now, the Missouri River is also running right through here, so they're feeding off these rivers sometimes, and yeah, they can get a little bit of a punch. Oklahoma, we're not even close. We can be, but it's not on a daily basis. Thank God. All right, so let's see what it gave us. Hopefully under 136 people. Wow. I think they'd cancel the flight at that number. But anyway, 94 people going back. 1,400 pounds of cargo. Taking off 3-2 right, landing 2-3 right. Yeah, I can go with that. 30 and 37. Cool. So blocking out of here with 14,250 pounds of fuel. So yeah, we are in good shape. Weather here. 220 at 7, 10 miles, 3,100 feet for the base. Of a few clouds. It's 33 degrees out there, and other than that, we got thunderstorms kind of near us, but not really. Now, on the other hand, K-Town, Knoxville, 220 at 13, 10 miles in thunderstorms. 3,500 scattered, cumulonimbus broken at 5,000. So right now, we have nothing to worry about in regards to what type of ILS we can accept. That's cool. 31 degrees and lightning distant, thunderstorm southeast. That could be pretty good. That means it's through it, and occasional lightning, cloud to ground. Cloud to cloud, cloud to ground. Overhead thunderstorm, overhead moving east, so hopefully we should be pretty good. Let's remove this, take a look. Remove this. We'll see. probably will be raining when we get there. All right, for VATSIM. You know, the one thing I did not do, and we will be late, well, maybe not. 2113. Alternate, by the way, is Cincinnati. Wow, that's a lot of fuel. Explains a lot. This one, yeah, I've got to put my stuff in there, and 75. All right, and AAY. Oh. Okay, flight plan is filed 3799. All right, folks, let's get to work. Hopefully the stream will behave. No guarantees, but hopefully. All right, so initially, okay, we're in turnaround, folks. So technically it's 40 minutes. Head up, batteries are on. Let's go ahead. Did we connect? No, we did not. Get this on. One thing I do notice. Okay, there we go. It's on. I did notice working out there so many years, working in conjunction with them, they would use the ground power while they fueled. Hey, I'm all for it. I'd rather an engine be off, fuel going into a plane, than the alternative. All right, so let's get to work. Batteries, ground control, and external powers on. Fuel pumps are off. All right, let's head over here and start loading up the plane, shall we? Call. All right, and there we go. Again, at least we have a more respectable truck here. That A350 is scary. Come on. I hate when my... There we go. Looks like we're okay. Nope, it put the dadgummit. I hate when it does this. Okay. That is a very well-known issue with it, and to date has yet to be addressed. All right, so let's get to what SimBrief told us. Okay. It's a shame I can't put that data right here. I'm gonna have to work. That's got to be a way. All right, so all right, so we need 14,250 pounds. Oh, this is passengers, 94. Now, again, X-Plane 11, I highly recommend this, and if you have it, that I will say is a fairly good aircraft. This one, hard to say if it'll ever be of any value. 14250. Whoa. I don't know what happened. Let's try that again. Okay, hang on. All right, let's try that again. 14. Okay, come on. Now you're starting to irritate me here, airplane. It's not taking all the keys. Oh boy. Oh boy, I love snafus. Hang on, let's go to cargo. The cargo's not even right. This may not be able to happen this way. All right, what we're going to do, shut the sim down, bring it back up, and see if we have a different plane. If not, we'll switch it to TOLUS and tell Flight Factor where to go. Because this is not working. None of it. Yep, none of it. All right, so stand by, folks. I'm just trying to get something better to look at here. Oh, not that one. Oh, it's that one. All right, well, that's better than nothing. All right, folks, I am going to quit it. That is horrible. All right, and now all right, so we're just kind of in limbo here, folks. Be honest, if this doesn't work, I'm probably going to go ahead and shut it down and then we'll deal with it at another time. Um, I am just not a huge Flight Factor fan right now. Okay, scattered 1556. Go. All right, we're just waiting on X-plane. Waiting on X-plane. And this happens in the other sim, folks. So there's real. Don't sit there and go, well, that doesn't happen over here. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Trust me. Good time for an ad break. And I'll be honest, I don't think I ever did try to turn Flight Factor. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. Yep, while we wait, let's see what's breaking. Oh boy, Microsoft. Oh. All right, folks, let's come over here First thing I'm going to do is bring the jetway in, throw some chocks under the plane, get the power unit on. All right, and then we're going to call the fuel truck, get hopefully the door opened and the baggage loaders in place. So far, so good. Things are looking up. All right. Bear with me as I look outside, make sure we didn't pick up the, oh good, we didn't pick up the air stair and everything else is in place. Cool. All right, let's get up top here. Batteries are on. Oh, wait. Off, off, and off, off, off. Go one. Oh. And auto. All right. Wait on the screens. Poof. All right, so we have turned the ground power unit on and the chocks. Okay, let's go back and try this again. 14,000. That looks so much better. 250. And set it. Okay, we'll go 1. Packs to 94. Again, that's your maximum here, folks. I don't know how to get it up to 180. So that kind of stinks because Allegiant prefers to run heavy. Obviously, with airfares that they offer. Yeah, and let's, before we mess too much with this, I go to perf data. Okay, there's our fuel. That doesn't look right. Still doesn't look right. Okay, hang on. Let me see if we don't get any weights out of this. All right, well, let's see where we are. 114, we're heavy. So I am going to bring us down. We need to be, oh wait, we need to come up. 1,100 pounds. And I wish this would disperse better, but it doesn't. 1,100. So 7. All right, now let's come up here. 114.5. All right, I'm going to go with that. 114,500 we were supposed to be. Oh, wait. We're 1,000 over. That I will go with. All right. Passenger weight, we don't really get a good breakdown here of that. All right, so we will go with what we have. And that number does not add up right, just so you know. But anyway, so we're going to have a zero fuel weight of CG of 30.1, down 0.2, and we can get rid of the rear and the fuel truck. All right, let's get going. All right, so fuel's on, APU, well, let's just do them all. All right, so the fire checks are good. APU's coming on. And then we can tell them once the APU is up and running, start boarding. Flaps open. Probably all the things on this plane, I think that might be the most realistic is the spool up of the APU. Not good to say. Available. All right, so let's get up here and let's start doing our checks. All right. Lights. Okay. Okay, and flaps down, speed brakes up, or retracted. Probe window heat on, and I'm sorry, probe window heats off in the auto position. Again, white, no white lights, folks, except for the fuel, which is about to be turned back on. APU bleed, control panel looks good. Definitely normal, definitely auto. Electrical panel, no lights. Ventilation panel, no lights. Okay. Pre-flight ADIRS 1 coming on. ADIR number 2 aligning. Okay, all three in alignment and on bats working. I don't like the calls here. Then again, I don't like them in any of the flight factors. 7 minutes to go. All right, strobe light. Auto. Nav lights. We're staying with 1. Seat belts. They can go ahead and start boarding. Emergency lights armed. Pack flow set as required to auto. And let's get those fuel pumps on. Finally, engine fire checks done, radios will be set. Let's see if we can do that. And what I do is just move it up a couple notches, hit the switch. No. All right, so let's power them off. And again, this would be a company that cared about its customers, going through and making sure it works. All right, we'll come back. Hopefully this may be a deal buster on us. And we'll clear 2000 on. This plane was a outright booger to get to work. Speaking of which, let me get a couple pieces running again. All right, and then the radios. Okay, so now we're to the IRS. Okay, so license status, I don't care. Init request. Again, we went through it earlier. All right, we'll put it in there right. AAY 3799. There. All right, initial chalk or charts. I don't think Mid-America actually has coordinates. No. All right, so we have to go with it. So align, confirm. All right, return. Again, Mid-America, Knoxville, alternate, Cincinnati. Everything else looks good. Next page. Let's get rid of charts for the moment. All right. Nothing changed, hopefully. It did. Look at that. See how I told you it changes, folks? Son of a gun. Right here's where it happens. All right, let's go back and reset it, folks. That just irritates me, this program, sometimes. So we're now 3,000 off. I don't know how it does that, but it did it. Call. Somehow now we're... Oh, I know what happened. What happened is it cleared off what's back here, which is incorrect because it should actually populate evenly amongst all of them. Never, ever has. And then when you hit remove, it should never reset. All right, well, that's why we check, folks. So hit the weight request. Well, actually, hit set. 51.5 again. 29.9. I'm going to go that it's right. 6.5 again. So let's go to flight plan. I really wish they could get the two to play nice together, but they can't. Or they won't. Let's rephrase it. They won't. Unless you go back a couple of versions. Then maybe they might think about it. And that's versions of X-Plane. So, Flight Factor, I'm shocked they're allowed to do what they do. But, hey, we keep buying it. They can do as they please. All right, so departing 3-2 right on the Bless 5 departure. We'll go to there. Now that's not what's written up. You're going, yeah, that isn't what's on your setup here. All right, so hang on. First off, unload. Import, sim brief, boom. Okay, so what did I just do? Well, I just sort of kind of properly put it in here. Um, it is going to be the Bless 5 departure. However, you're going to go pretty much direct Bless, Denny, then Nashville. Um, and they're going to vector you to it. So they're not going to send you unless traffic levels at St. Louis require them to. They're not going to send them west to go south. They're going to loop them. Now, they may loop them around to get on the route to Bless, but that's about as close as it'll ever be. So, all right, so again, I could have stuck with the flight plan, which is just Bless, Denny, in. I think actually it was Bless, B, and A. Because they don't have it on the... Well, they do have it. Anyway, we're going to do this. Clear. Clear. Insert. Now, let's go to plan and let you see that. All right, so up here is the nav display. All right, so let's, I think we're okay there. So what we did is we got rid of STL. Now we're going Bless, Denny, Nashville, Raybo, and then in for the 2-3 right approach. Okay, so when we hit the up arrows, Denny, again looking for discontinuities. Everything's looking good to McGhee. And then we hit that, hit arrivals, no arrivals, so we've got approaches. And they got us on 5s. Why? No, they don't. They have us on the 2-3s. Why is it not pulling right? All right, 2-3 right ILS. We can do an arc. What can we do? Oh, we can come into volunteer, go out, hook the procedure turn back in and land, or we can go... How far out is volunteer, by the way? It helps to be on the ILS. The VOR is 6 miles out, roughly. Yeah, oh boy. Let's just do final. What I think I'll do is we're going to scroll. What did we say? 2-3 right. No stars. And where is Nealon? Hold on here. We'll go to kneeling. All right, no start, no transition, so we hit copy, insert. Hang on, let's go back. Yeah, we'll keep this setup as a vector. Okay, and what it is we'll be coming off of Rainbow back here a little ways. Oh, it's not even in here. All right, that's fine. We'll go right to volunteer. However, somewhere out here we'll start coming up and get ourselves, if need be, on the ILS. If we see the airport, we may just go for it. Unless ATC says otherwise. Matter of fact, we are 3799, correct? 3799, not 989. Connecting. And that's our new ATS or ATIS or transponder code. All right, so we're set up here, continuing. Nian, Hilger, Busby, and right onto the runway, out to our hold. And then here's how we get to Sensi. All right, Navrad. And perf. All right. I am going to go, first off, 23 right. Not sure what I'm looking at here for. Okay. Well, we're not going to deal too heavily. There we go. All right. I'm just going to use SimBrief to do it because that meters really makes it hard. TO or flex. Is there an auto? Nope. Optimum blend. Calculate. All right, so the game plan is 134. You know what? Let's try it. Let's just see the difference. They don't have them in meters. Okay. And we can't set that. All right, so we're not going to play. Thanks for playing, but no. All right, so back to the takeoff perf calculator. All right, so we're looking at 134, 134, 135. Same thing. All right, transition's good. Flaps, that they don't give. However, I should have stayed right over there, folks. Let's go back to perf data, checking. Down 2. Now, how do you put that in there? We're going to go flaps 1. Diagonal, and it says down 0.2. Click. Flex 67. All right, everything looks good. Config 1. thrust, flex, go. And see, it bumped us up 45, 46, 50, flaps 1 at a 67. Nope, we're not going to set. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, cabin status, there we go. Reason being, when we're ready to push back, folks, it will tell us. Okay, let's take a look outside. Everything but the main door is closed. We're ready to go. We're on APU. Means we can come off that. And come over here to supply. Ground power, good. Now, we're going to try it again. No promises, because it failed for us big time.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Working fine this go around. Don't know what the heck. Oh. XM Zru is following. Thank you, sir, for the follow. We sure appreciate. Hey, welcome aboard with your first chat, and hello to you as well. Thank you for following. We really appreciate that. Just as I like to give this caveat, folks, if the stream should drop, stay with it, and hopefully it'll regain and bring you back. Don't just keep deleting and coming back, because
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I've only had it gone for a lengthy time this last week and a half for hang on a second, make sure our chock's disconnected. Let's get the I think the doors closed. Uh-oh. Something happened. Where did I pause? Oh, it crashed. Wait a minute, did it? I'll be doggone. It did crash to desktop. Well, that stinks, folks. Ah. Well, again. Yeah, we'll blame it on Allegiant. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. Oh, we were all set, ready to go, and I was just about to make sure the door and the jetway were closed, and it didn't like it. Well, folks, probably for the best. Again, XMZRU, thanks for the follow. And folks, we are going to call it. I am between Flight Factor and the disconnects, I'm kind of put a little bit out. And we're just going to call it. Call it what it is. And we'll try and fly this flight another time. So for now, folks, I hope y'all have a great time. God bless you all. And we won't be in the air tomorrow. New thing in our schedule. We are off to babysit now 2 4-month-olds. So, yeah, glutton for punishments we are. So that really stinks that it did that. So, well, anyway, folks, these things do happen, and usually at the wrong times. So, we'll just see you all next time. And with that, we'll head on out of here and maybe next time we'll have better luck streaming Flying with Mike. Yeah, we've been in an ad break, I'm showing, so I'm giving it 10 seconds to make sure all of our peeps know that we're just going to call it what it was. Flight Factor is not a huge fan of mine. All right. Yep, I see you had an ad. So, yeah, we're try launching and see if you have an unnecessary program running in the background. I probably have a bunch. Doink, doink, doink. Task manager. Well, not really. So, I wouldn't know. Add over. Yeah, I really don't know. You're right. I'll be totally honest. All right, folks, we're going to call it, and I hope you all have a great night. Again, remember, not here tomorrow, but maybe, well, hopefully Thursday we'll be able to stream again. God bless you all. We'll see you then.